Welcome to another video. Today we are going to talk about my summer TBR because it's right now the 17th of June, but on the 21st of June it is officially summer, which means summer reads. Except I'm just looking at what kind of vibe I want in this summer because obviously not all of them are going to be completely summer related. I have no idea if there are even fantasy books that are summer related, but I cannot live a summer without fantasy. Like, I need to read fantasy. That's just who I am. But we have a few different genres. We have romance, fantasy. We have a bit of a mystery, weird thriller, I don't know, suspense kind of books. There are only two. And we have two fiction books that I couldn't put anywhere in there, but I just feel like I just have to read those two this year and preferably this summer. So let's just get into what books I really want to read this summer. It's 20 books. There's no way I'm going to be able to read 20 books. No way. I'm already like struggling as it is. I am not going to force myself to read 20 books. There's no way in hell that I'm going to be able to read 20 books. Summer is too short for that, okay? So these are just like a few of the books that I look forward to reading, I'm interested in reading. So, you know what? Let's just hop on. Let's start with my summer romance TBR, because this is the romance section, okay? We are gonna start. We're not gonna start. I have no idea in which order I'm gonna read any of these. Things we never got over. Yeah, I believe this is kind of like a bad boy romance, but the bad boy apparently is falling for a high maintenance romantic girl. Sounds interesting. I know that everyone was talking about this like very long ago. I bought this book last year, but the spine is super stiff, so it's kind of just been laying around because at that time when I bought it, I did not want to break spines. I am finally getting better at that. I am not in the mood to read a book like this. Like, no, I want to like full on read it. So this book will finally be read. I got this for my birthday. I bought this for myself for my birthday, because I thought the cover was super cute and everyone was talking about it, so I had to read it. Anyway, then we have It's a Love Story by Annabelle Monaghan, which is also somebody who wrote Nora Goes with Script, but I believe I have that one on my Kobo, but I have not read it. But I do still want to read it, but I heard a lot of good reviews about this, so this is kind of like more my priority right now. Especially since I have the actual book here with me. It says love is a lie, laughter is the only truth. So I guess this is just like gonna be like one of those funny rom-com, you know, kind of books. I'm very much into my romance era at the moment. I absolutely adore it. I say that while I literally just only read one book called The Rom-Commers, and I absolutely adored that. And now I feel like I'm in my romance era. Like, I just want to buy only romance. I actually only want to read romance, but I know if I do that, I'm gonna get bored. And I do not want to be bored. So we're not gonna do that. But I'm really intrigued in this one. Okay, another one. The Bodyguard by Catherine Center. As I just said, I read the rom-covers and absolutely loved it, so I had to buy another book from her, and this was the other one that was fairly highly praised. So we'll see if I like it as much. I'm super excited though. Like, I'm super excited. Bodyguard, she's the bodyguard of him. Strong woman. I love it. She's got his back, he's got her heart. Oh yeah, super excited. Say You Remember Me by Abby Jimenez. I've seen a few people read this, and I've heard that it's quite sad, so I'm a little bit scared. but it gives summer vibes, definitely gives summer vibes. And it's one of the new releases, and I really love the book Just for the Summer. I heard I believe she came out last year. Really loved that one, and I was like, okay, if she brings out another book, I'm just gonna buy it. Because I think I'm just gonna like love all of her books. And I read all the other books like from her series. Yeah, so she's just kind of like a standard buy for me right now. Then we have two Emily Henry's books. You and Me on Vacation. I own this one already for like the longest time, and I just haven't been able to read it. It sucks, but it is what it is. It's two best friends, 10 summer trips, their last chance to fall in love. I believe they kind of like lost their friendship or something, and she does this job where she needs to go on vacations or something. Super chill. Like, wow. And she takes this friend with her, this male friend, and I believe they're just gonna fall in love in that trip. So I'm intrigued. I've been trying to read this a few times. There's literally a bookmark in here. But last year I was not yet into my summer romance era, so we're gonna try it this time again. Because I know Emily Henry does write super well, and it's so fast paced and funny and heartwarming, but also still realistic, and it still talks about kind of serious topics. I'm expecting this to be just as good as the other ones that I've read from her. And then her newest release is Great Big Beautiful Life. I have a beautiful edition. Let me show you. Adorable. So far I've heard that people expected different things from this book because it's more like interview style. But I'm still very intrigued, and I don't mind interview styles. Like, I'm always very intrigued how other people live their lives. It's one of the things that I like about reading, is that I see how other people deal with certain life situations that can happen in real life. Yeah, I don't know. I think 20 years ago, Margaret's disappearance, what happened, but also why. And why now, after all this time, is she telling the story? I'm super intrigued. Like, it sounds really good to me. So those were the romance. And now we are going to the fantasy books. Which, fantasy books most of the time are quite thick. So they take me a little longer to read because obviously like it's like a whole new world. But this is the thickest one that I think I own. I don't think I own anything thicker than this. But it's The Priory of the Orange Tree. It's quite thick. A world divided, a queendom without an heir, and an ancient enemy awakens. Sounds really good. I know that you follow different POVs. But yeah, I tried to read this. No, I wanted to read this last year, but I wasn't able to. But this time I will try. I will try it more. I will be better at reading this brick. Then we have The Prison Healer. Little Thymier. Yeah, I actually don't really know much about this. She's a survivor after 10 years of working as the healer in a notorious death prison, Zelendorf. She has only one goal: stay alive. But then the rebel queen arrives at the prison's on death's door, and Kiva receives a message: don't let her die, we are coming. It sounds pretty good. I think I bought this because Sarah Caroli was praising this book very highly, which is one of the reasons why I bought it. So we'll see if I like it as much. I have no idea if this will fit in my summer vibe. But like I said, I can't live without fantasy in my summer. Like, I can't. You know, summer in the Netherlands isn't always very warm anyway. So I think we can find some time to read fantasy books. And then we have Assistant to the Villain. I believe this is actually kind of like a funny, easy to read fantasy. A laugh out loud fantasy romance about the assistant to an evil villain and their unlikely love story. And I believe there's this adorable little froggy that has this weird little sign that says things on it, and apparently it's really funny. So then we have Reckless. The last book is already out, but I haven't been in the mood to read it. But I really do want to finish this series, or at least finish this book and see if I want to read the rest of the series. I know that I really like the first book, and I tried to reread the first book to then read this one. But the rereading made me a little bit bored, and now I'm like, now I kind of just don't want to read it. But I know the first time I read that book, I really enjoyed it, so I feel like I just need to, you know, sit down and read it. And then one of my friends bought me this one for my birthday, and he keeps asking me to read it. I will. I'm going to. This summer I'm going to read it. I'm actually planning to read it sooner than later. Yeah. Phantasma. I've heard lots of wonderful things about this. I haven't heard anyone that didn't like it. Welcome to Phantasma. There are only 2 rules to the game. Stay alive and don't fall in love. I probably shouldn't read these too close to each other, because this gives the same vibe, except she's already out of the game, but she's playing a different kind of game now, you know, like, anyway. Yeah, I'm intrigued, I'm interested. I know that there are a lot of good reviews about this. I also wanted this because of Sarah Caroli. She literally, because of her, most of the books that I own, I've bought. So yeah, this will be read this summer. I promise. I promise. And then we have another birthday book that I got for my sister, which is House of Pain and Blood. It's a city split into opposing sides. Power comes in many forms. Bloodlines, money, love, and most importantly, secrets. It sounds pretty good to me. Super white. Oh my god. Wow. What a letters. It's a pretty good size. Yeah, also super interesting to read. Again, I have no idea if it fits my summer vibe, but I'm intrigued. Then we have The Crimson Moth, also a book by Sarah Crowley. The only thing more treacherous than being a witch is falling in love. Ooh, it's a duology. I love it. This is about witches. I don't read a lot of books about witches, but I am very intrigued to see what this is all about. A moth to flame, a witch to burn. I think it's like, you know how in Snow White the hunter is going to like trying to kill her, but then it never really, he lets her go. I feel like it's this kind of vibe. So I don't know, but it sounds pretty good. I love the cover, like it's so beautiful. Ugh, if I could tattoo that on my body, that would be great. I want it. And then the last fantasy book that I really want to read is Throne of the Fallen. I read her Kingdom of the Wicked books, and I absolutely adored those books. I know when I was reading it, I adored it. Now when I think about it, I'm like, first of all, I never really think about it, and second of all, I don't remember half of it. It happens. But I know that because I enjoyed it, and I enjoyed the writing style, it was super easy to read. So I had to buy this one, Throne of the Fallen. It's a wicked prince, a fallen painter, let the games begin. Perfect for readers of fantasy, romance and mystery alike. But it's also about games and obviously falling in love, so everything's about games in most of the fantasy books at the moment. It really is time to, you know, pick up some other ideas, I feel like, but I'm still super intrigued in this. I can't wait. The cover is again beautiful. I love like the flowers, and these flowers would be really cute as like a bookmark. I think I would make a bookmark for this. That would be adorable. Okay, anyway. Ooh, deception is the most wicked game of all. Very true, very true. So this was the last fantasy book that I am going to read. Then we have two thriller, mystery, weird vibe kind of books. It's House of Hollow, which I also got for my birthday. It's a haunting modern fairy tale. Dark, dangerous things happen around the Hollow sisters ever since they disappeared as children, only to reappear a month later with no memory of what had happened to them. Odd, eerie occurrences follow in their wake. When Gray the eldest goes missing again, Iris and Vivi are left to figure out the mystery, but they aren't the only ones looking for her. As they brush against supernatural, Iris realizes that the world that returned them 10 years ago might be calling them back. But just how much horror lies beneath the surface? It sounds so freaking good. I'm so intrigued with this one. Like, I literally cannot wait to read this. Dark and delicious, I devoured it whole. Oh my god. And it's a YA, so that means that it's pretty easy to read. Yeah, really excited to read this. Kind of like for more of the mystery, creepy, kind of figuring things out while you're reading. I love that. And then we have Bunny, which is what everyone says it's going to be a fever dream. And I'm going to let this fever dream take me. Okay? I'm gonna not expect anything from this book. Because it could be good and it could be very bad from what I've seen. So, Samantha Hatter Mackey is an outsider in her small, highly selective MFA program at Warren University. In fact, she is utterly repelled by the rest of her fiction writing cohort, a clique of unbearably 3 rich girls who call each other Bunny. But then the bunnies issue her with an invitation and Samantha finds herself inexplicably drawn to their front door, across the threshold and down their rabbit hole. Blending sharp satire with fairy tale horror, Bunny is a spellbinding trip of a novel from one of fiction's most original new voices. Super cute. I mean, it's not cute. Super intriguing. Like, I want to know what happened behind those closed doors. Like, why are they calling each other Bunny? That's my biggest question. Anyway, I'm intrigued. Then we have 2 books that I've tried to read a few times. The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I have no idea if it's like romance or if it's like not at all. But this woman is talking about the husbands that she had, and she was like famous and stuff like that. And it's kind of like interview vibe. Everyone says this is super good. I've tried to read it. I don't know why, but I read like 1 chapter and I was like, not today. So I put it back, and that happened a few times. I'm intrigued though. Like, I want to read this, but I'm not going to force myself to read something just because everyone else read it. If it's not for the moment itself, then maybe I shouldn't do it. If I'm not feeling it at that moment, then it's not my summer vibe. Okay. And then the last one that I really want to read is The Bell Jar. I actually own the unabridged journals of Sylvia Plath. I actually own that book. It's massive, but it's super interesting to read. Like, I don't read in it all day every day because it will take me years to probably finish this book, because sometimes I just like to read like 1 or 2 chapters. It's not even chapters, it's literally like I feel like I'm reading somebody's diary, and I love that. But I really want to read her written novel. Like, this girl dreamed about becoming a writer, and then at some point she did not want to be a part of this world anymore. But she did wrote a novel, and I'm really intrigued about this. I believe it's a little bit like about her own life too, as well. Like, there's like little snippets, I believe, of her actual life in this. So I'm really intrigued to read this. I've been wanting to read it for ages. I haven't yet, and I don't know why. But anyway, these are all the books that I really want to read over this summer. It's definitely like a good mix, I feel like, of different kind of books. And obviously I still have like my ebook, and I probably will never be able to read all 20 of them, but I will definitely like try to read at least a few of these books that I really want to read, because I feel like they're just staring at me at this point, and are just like disappointed at me that I'm not picking them up, you know? Like, I feel like they're judging me. And I feel like my friend is judging me because I still haven't picked up his book that he gave me. So I need to do that. But yeah, I hope that there are actually some books that maybe you want to read, or maybe there are a few books that you've never heard of and you are intrigued of reading. I definitely will tell you that these are probably like pretty good books. I think this is a good selection of books that I would really love to read this summer. And yeah, let me know if there are any books that you guys may want to read this summer. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time.